Now, I'm still sitting here in the wonderful company of David and Jim. Thank you very much for being patient here, chaps.
Thank you very much.
No
We're
problem.
big Hue and Cry fans, so we're all right.
We never actually spoke about it. Yeah, big Hue and Cry fans.
Yeah.
I think most people are.
I think you've got to be.
Great.
I mean, there's so many of those really good bands, good couples, good things. In Scotland, Scotland's a brilliant place for music, and it's...
And saying that, what influences have you had? I mean, you Jim, you said yourself that
Huge Scottish influence, Jerry Rafferty.
Well, Jim's from Jerry
Enormous,
Rafferty's back sort of area.
Well, Glasgow.
Roughly Glasgow, yeah.
Jerry Rafferty was from Paisley, obviously, wasn't he? So, I mean, just huge fans of... Hamish from Dream Police was in same school as me. Dream Police, which then became Average White Band, which then went on to Hamish, then played with McCartney, stuff like that. So, yeah, just... As you say, Dave, there's huge talent in Glasgow.
I think we came that first visit when Jim was sorting my back out. We got talking about our influences because obviously we needed to know whether it would work. And Paul Simon, massive influence on both of us. Jim was playing Gracelands at the time.
Yeah.
And you listen to Paul Simon. Now, I am no way a lyricist as good as Paul Simon. I would love to be. I would love to be. And Paul Simon's brilliant. And so it's a huge influence on us. And I think just everything. I mean, I think it's important to remember that we don't write a specific genre. I mean, we've got
very eclectic.
Yeah, we've got very eclectic mix of songs, and the reason for that is that we're not performers.
Yeah,
I don't play a musical instrument. Jim plays great musical instruments, but he won't perform. Doesn't perform.
I did a long time ago.
Yeah,
and folk clubs in Glasgow.
Yep,
and stuff like that, which was.
Well, you played Barrowlands, didn't you? I'm sure you said.
No, that wasn't me. That wasn't me.
No, somebody else.
No. The idea of producing the music is obviously then for the love of the music.
It's for the love
of the music, and to possibility that other people might pick up on it, other artists might pick up on
somebody
it, and actually
out there
do
might
it.
say, "I like that. I'm going to do that and cover it," and that would be wonderful. That's because you see, you've had a good friend of ours, Willie Logan, in, and you've had Roy Henderson, great friend of mine, and these guys will play songs, write songs, play songs, perform songs, and take them out to the public with their CD, and so they've got an avenue to do that.
Yeah,
we don't do that. I mean, you're actually very lucky here, Mark, because you're playing these songs for the first. They've never been heard in public.
Fantastic.
Before.
An exclusive.
An exclusive.
I like it.
There you go.
Well, we're going to squeeze one in now, which is called Mediocre Town. That could be about anywhere, really.
I won't name the town that it's about, so because it's very just up the road.
We'll talk about it off air.
Yeah.
I'll find out. This is Mediocre Town.
Don't be ambitious, don't reach for the sky. Revenge will be vicious, should you even try. Don't step out of line or cross the track. They won't waste no time in dragging you back. They only got one plan, and that's to keep you down. You'll never get away from mediocre town. They'll confiscate your car, you're trapped where you are. You'll never be a star in mediocre town. Well, the sun don't smile, and neither does the moon. You'll never hear someone whistle a happy tune. It's not so surprising, no far horizons. The only way is down in mediocre town. There are no views expressed when the spirit's been suppressed, and all that you got left is to quietly accept. So don't go singing loud or stand out from the crowd, 'cause you know it ain't allowed in mediocre town.
I've got to say, I really like that.
Thank you. It's a nice feeling.
It's good. It's nice, and you said, you know, your music is on all different styles.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, we were talking off air there about you know about what town it was, and you know it could be any town,
Anywhere.
But we're talking about mediocre town, and you know, and you've got this, you've developed this lyric just from life experience.
From life experience, which is where most lyrics come from.
Yeah.
You know, as I said, broken romances, in goes a song, you know. And you sometimes don't even know it's about your life. You've just written something. And when you listen to it back and you think, oh yeah, I might be speaking. I mean, we've touched on a few songs. We've got some pretty, they're not on this album here today, but we've got some pretty out there political rants in songs, you know, and we're developing those. And it comes from your own experience, you know.
Well, there's one which is still working on, which is called Poverty Notes, which is very relevant. I mean, it could be relevant today, it could be relevant 10 years ago or 20 years ago. Considering what the Tories are doing now. Don't want to get political or anything,
Yes.
but there you go.
Oh, didn't get me started.
Well, I mean, one of the lines in that song, which isn't here today, is you've got to be ashamed when the poor sleep in the street.
Yep.
Now, that has been a constant for years, you know. It may be getting worse, it may get better, but the beauty of a really good song, and I don't know if we do write really good songs, but if we do, the beauty is that you can transport them to anywhere in the world and they'll have a relevance. And you can transport them to any decade and they'll have a relevance. That's what really good songs, yeah.
I think so. I'd agree.
When you
with
listen to Paul
wholeheartedly,
Simon
yes,
singing The Boxer or something,
Yeah.
and it's some of those Simon Garfunkel songs 50 years old, and yet they're still razor sharp because they resonate with...
It's actually one of the things that fascinates me. I mean, there's the Beatles' just 50th anniversary releasing Love Me Do,
right.
and you know, you still see around the venues, you still see, and I was just talking to Greg Kane about that, you know, a younger audience singing the older songs.
Absolutely.
You know, and they're timeless, and that's what I like about your stuff. They're listening to your stuff as well. It's
Thank
just
you.
nice and mellow and relevant.
Well, hopefully it's relevant, and hopefully... See, I don't know where we go because, you know, we're not performers, we're not going out and, you know, you won't find us on Jules Holland next week doing one of our songs, you
I
know.
suppose that there are...
So where do you go with it? That's the next thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out there writing their own stuff. So I think we've got a limited...
I'm actually
go.
going to throw it out to Midlothian and beyond because we are recording this and
Right.
it will be put up on a YouTube link, and you know we can share that about. And if somebody likes your music and they want to pick up on it and somebody wants to perform it,
Absolutely.
No
I'm sure
problem.
we can put them in touch
Just
with
give
you.
us a call,
Yes,
and
right.
because none, as I said, we've never sat and listened in an auditorium of one of our songs being played.
Yeah.
I've never heard it come back at me from speakers and everything else. You know, we do it in the studio.
That would be. Do you not think that would be such a proud moment for yourself
Oh,
to be
absolutely.
sitting in the
Definitely
audience and somebody else playing your song?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I went to see Roy in a few gigs, Roy Henderson, and I'd love him to say, "Well, this is a song written by a good friend of mine," and he's sitting over there, and he goes into it and does it. I mean, I'd love that, you know. And you think, and then you might hear the problems. We're our own biggest critics, so we're not sitting there. I mean, we listen to flaws. You know, when we listen to a song of ours, we listen to flaws as much as we listen to the good stuff.
I think everyone who writes...
And you know what I mean? And you think, well,
does.
could do that better. You know, that sort of thing. Could do that better.
I think that's a
standing
common
joke.
thing through the
Absolutely.
music industry.
I'm sure Hugh and Cry think that as well. Sometimes, I'm going to go back and revisit that one because it's not quite. And yet the audience think, wow, that's terrific.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
But the musician thinks, bum note there. Or,
it's the perfectionist.
It is.
is.
Yeah.
Now we're going to play another track because I'm going to try and squeeze in as many as I can before 4 o'clock.
Thank you.
I'm going to play number 4, In the Shape of a Miracle.
Now, can I just say this is a song that I had absolutely nothing to do with? Yeah,
God, he's
Jim.
in there.
No, Jim wrote this himself. One of the few lyrics he's ever written.
About the only lyric I've ever
Yeah,
written. No,
he wrote this.
But the only one I've ever
Sylvia
written.
Ray Tracy sings it stunningly beautiful, and Jim plays the guitar stunningly.
I play all the instruments.
Jim
on this
plays
one.
all the instruments.
So,
She
yeah.
sings it, and it's got nothing to do with me, and it breaks my heart, Mark.
Jim, you couldn't have asked for a better
I
introduction
know,
to your
I
son.
couldn't, could I? That's why he's such a good friend.
Brilliant stuff.
Do you remember a night not so long ago? We made dinner just for two, and we got drunk on wine and the promise of love and the future we were reaching to. In the shape of a miracle, that's how you came to me. In the shape of a miracle, like it was meant to be. Do you remember a night not so long ago? In the morning our son was born, and I got drunk on wine and the beauty of love and the future of our firstborn. In the shape of a miracle, that's how you came to me. In the shape of a miracle, like it was meant to be. Do you remember a night not so long ago? You said you wanted to be free, and I got drunk on wine and I cried for love and the future I could see for me. In the shape of a miracle, that's how you came to me. In the shape of a miracle, like it was meant to be. In the shape of a miracle, sight was given to the blind. In the shape of a miracle, the water turned to wine. In the shape of a miracle, that's how you came to me. In the shape of a miracle, like it was meant to be. In the shape of a miracle.
United Private Hire, your local private hire company.